I'm a 911 dispatcher. After that call from the mayor's house, I can't answer phones anymore. The call came through at 11:34 p.m. on a Thursday. I'd been working dispatch for 9 years, handled thousands of calls, domestic disputes, overdoses, car accidents, heart attacks. You develop a rhythm. Voice stays calm. Questions stay clinical. Get the information, send the units, move to the next crisis. That's the job. The voice on the line was a child, young, maybe 7 or 8 years old, whispering, "My mom is hurt. There's blood. Please come." Standard protocol. I kept my voice gentle but firm. "What's your address, sweetheart?" She gave it. 2847 Birchwood Lane. My stomach dropped. I knew that address. Everyone in the city knew it. Mayor Richard Thornton's residence. The girl's voice cracked. "My dad is yelling. He's saying she fell down the stairs, but she didn't fall. I saw him push her. I saw everything." My hands went cold. I typed the address into the system, flagged it priority, dispatched ambulance and police, 2 units. "Help is coming. Stay on the line with me." "What's your name?" She whispered. "Chloe. I'm hiding in my closet. He can't know I called. He said if anyone ever found out, he'd make us disappear. Please don't tell him I called." I heard shouting in the background. Male voice, angry. "Amanda? Amanda, wake up. Stop being dramatic." Then another sound, a slap, hard. The girl whimpered. "He's hitting her again. She's not moving. Please hurry." I checked the system. Units were 3 minutes out. I kept Chloe talking. "You're very brave. You did the right thing calling. Help is almost there. Stay quiet. Stay hidden." Heavy footsteps on the recording, getting closer to wherever Chloe was hiding. The mayor's voice again. Clearer now. "Chloe, where are you? Come out. Mommy's okay. Just had an accident. We need to talk about keeping family business private." The way he said it. Calm. Measured. Threatening. Not the voice he used at press conferences. Not the voice that promised transparency and justice for all citizens. This was something else. Something cold. Chloe's breathing got faster. Panicked. "He's coming. I have to hide the phone." The line stayed open. I heard a closet door open. Mayor Thornton's voice. "There you are. What are you doing in here? Were you on the phone?" Silence. Then Chloe. Small voice. "No, Daddy, I was scared. Mommy fell." The mayor's voice dropped. "Did you call anyone?" Chloe started crying. "No, I promise." "I didn't." A long pause. Then movement. Shuffling. "Give me your phone." More crying. "I don't have it. I left it downstairs." I heard him searching, throwing things. Then he found it. Found the phone she'd called from. I could tell by the way the audio changed. He'd picked it up. Saw the call still connected. Saw the 911 dispatch number on the screen. "You little bitch. You called the police?" The sound that followed made my blood freeze. A child screaming. A man shouting. Impact sounds. Flesh hitting flesh. I was yelling into my headset. "Units, expedite. Domestic violence in progress. Child victim. Suspect is the homeowner." My supervisor, Linda Vasquez, appeared at my station. "What's happening?" I pointed at the screen, at the address. Her eyes went wide. "The mayor's house?" The audio continued, Chloe screaming. Mayor Thornton yelling. "You ruined everything, do you understand? Everything I've built, everything I've worked for, destroyed by a stupid child." Then a door slamming. Chloe's crying, muffled, like she was locked somewhere. The first units arrived. I could hear sirens through the phone connection. The mayor's voice again, different now, composed, public voice. "Officers, thank God you're here. My wife had a terrible accident. Fell down the stairs. I've been trying to help her. Please, she needs medical attention immediately." One of the officers. I recognized the voice. Sergeant Philip Dawson, 15-year veteran, good cop. "Mayor Thornton, we received a 911 call from this residence. Reports of domestic violence." The mayor's laugh. Smooth. Dismissive. "Domestic violence? That's absurd." My daughter must have panicked when she saw her mother fall. Children misunderstand these situations. Amanda lost her footing. Tragic accident. I've already called our family doctor. Dawson's voice stayed professional. "We'll need to speak with your daughter. Where is she?" A pause. Too long. "She's in her room, upset. I'd prefer not to disturb her right now. She's been through enough trauma." Dawson's partner, Officer Amy Cho, newer, 2 years on the force. Sir, we need to verify everyone's safety, standard procedure. I could hear tension in the mayor's response. Of course, I understand protocol, let me get her. Footsteps, a door opening, Chloe's voice, shaky. Daddy? The mayor, quiet, warning tone. The officers want to talk to you. Remember what we discussed about family privacy. I was recording everything, every word. Every sound, standard procedure for all 911 calls. But this felt different. This felt like evidence. Linda stood behind me, listening, her hand on my shoulder. Keep recording. Document everything. Officer Cho's voice, gentle. Hi, Chloe. I'm Officer Cho. Can you tell me what happened tonight? Long silence. Then Chloe, rehearsed, flat. Mommy fell down the stairs. It was an accident. Cho pressed. Did you call 911? Another pause. I don't remember. Maybe. I was scared. The mayor interjected. As I said, child's confusion, panic. Now, can we please focus on my wife? She needs a hospital. Paramedics arrived. I could hear them working. Urgent voices. Female, mid-30s, unconscious, severe head trauma, multiple contusions, possible internal bleeding. We need to transport now. One paramedic. Sounded like Terry Liu. I'd worked with his voice for 6 years. Sir, these injuries, they're extensive. Pattern suggests multiple impacts, not consistent with a simple fall. The mayor's voice went hard. Are you accusing me of something? Terry backtracked. No, sir. Just documenting what we observe. Medical requirement. Dawson spoke up. Mayor Thornton, I'm going to need you to come down to the station. Answer some questions. The mayor's laugh. Sharp. Philip, we've known each other for years. I'm the mayor of this city. My wife is being loaded into an ambulance. My daughter is traumatized. And you want to question me like a criminal? Dawson's voice didn't waver. It's procedure, sir. Given the nature of the call, the injuries, we need to investigate. Another voice, new, deeper, commanding. That won't be necessary, Sergeant. I recognized it. Police Chief Martin Grayson, the mayor's golfing buddy, his campaign contributor, his appointee. Grayson continued. This is clearly a tragic accident. The mayor has been cooperative. His wife needs him at the hospital. We'll take his statement there. No need for station protocol. Dawson protested. Chief, the 911 call indicated... Grayson cut him off. I'm aware of what the call indicated. A frightened child's misperception. We're not going to compound this family's tragedy with unnecessary procedures. Stand down, Sergeant. I heard Dawson's frustration. Yes, sir. The ambulance left. Sirens fading. The mayor's voice. Thank you, Martin. I knew I could count on your discretion. Grayson. Of course, Richard. We'll handle this appropriately. Let's get you to the hospital. Then quieter. Not meant to be heard. But the phone was still active, still transmitting. We need to control this situation. That 911 recording needs to disappear. The mayor. Can you make that happen? Grayson. I'll handle it. No one will hear it. My blood went cold. Linda grabbed my arm. Did he just... I nodded. Started making copies. Downloaded the audio file to 3 separate drives. Encrypted. Sent one to my personal email. Another to a cloud storage account. The third I kept on a USB drive in my pocket. If they were going to disappear the recording, they'd have to try harder. Linda watched me work. This is bad, Marcus. Marcus Lee. That's me. 9 years dispatch. Clean record. Never had a problem. Never broke protocol. Now I was potentially obstructing an order from the police chief, but I'd heard what I heard. A child being beaten. A woman, possibly dying. A mayor covering it up. A police chief facilitating it. I couldn't let this disappear. My shift ended at midnight. I stayed. Told Linda I needed to finish reports. She left at 12:30, told me to be careful. I sat alone in the dispatch center. 2 other dispatchers on duty. Neither had heard the call. I pulled up the recording again. Listened to every second. Documented timestamps. Chloe saying she saw her father push her mother. The mayor admitting he hit Chloe. The paramedic noting injuries inconsistent with a fall. The chief ordering the recording destroyed. All of it documented. At 1:15 a.m., Chief Grayson walked into dispatch. He never came to dispatch. Ever. Too far below his pay grade. He smiled when he saw me. Cold smile. Marcus, working late? I kept my expression neutral. Finishing up paperwork, Chief. He walked to my station, looked at my screens. I need you to pull a recording for me. 911 call from 2847 Birchwood Lane. Tonight, around 11:30 p.m. My heart hammered. Of course, let me check the system. I pulled up the call log, showed him the entry. Here it is. Do you need me to play it? Grayson shook his head. No, I need you to delete it. I kept my face blank. Delete it? That's against protocol. All 911 calls are retained for... He cut me off. I'm aware of protocol. This is a special circumstance. The mayor's family has been through enough. We don't need a frightened child's panicked call becoming public fodder. Understand? I understood perfectly. He wanted evidence destroyed. Chief, I can't delete recordings without a court order. It's policy. Grayson's smile vanished. I'm giving you a direct order. Delete the recording. Now. I looked at him. Made a decision. I need that in writing, sir, for my protection. If there's ever an audit, I need documentation showing I was ordered to delete it. His jaw tightened. You don't need anything in writing. You need to follow orders. I stood my ground. With respect, Chief, I could lose my job, face legal consequences. I need written authorization. Grayson leaned close. You're going to lose more than your job if you don't do what I'm telling you. Delete the recording. Forget it existed, or things will get very difficult for you. The threat was explicit, clear. I nodded slowly. I'll delete it. He watched as I pulled up the file, highlighted it, hit delete, confirmed deletion. The file disappeared from the system. Grayson smiled. Good man. Now go home, get some rest. Forget tonight happened. I left the building at 1:45 a.m. Drove home, hands shaking on the steering wheel. The recording wasn't deleted. What Grayson saw was theater. I'd created a dummy file before he arrived. Deleted that instead. The real recording was safe, backed up, protected. But now I had a target on my back. I'd lied to the police chief, disobeyed a direct order. If he found out I wasn't just losing my job, I was facing criminal charges. Possibly worse. At home I couldn't sleep. Lay in bed thinking about Chloe, about Amanda Thornton in a hospital somewhere, about the mayor walking free, about a system designed to protect people protecting the powerful instead. At 6 a.m. my phone rang. Unknown number. I answered. Hello? A woman's voice. Scared. Is this Marcus Lee, the 911 dispatcher? My guard went up. Who is this? She hesitated. My name is Rebecca Stanton. I'm a nurse at St. Joseph's Hospital. Amanda Thornton was brought in last night. She's in critical condition, induced coma, skull fracture, broken ribs, internal bleeding. I sat up. Why are you calling me? Rebecca's voice dropped. Because I heard the paramedics talking. They said her injuries were suspicious, said it looked like assault, not a fall. Then the police chief showed up, talked to the doctors. Suddenly everyone's calling it an accident. Chart's been modified, but I saw the original notes. I know what I saw. I processed this. Why call me? Rebecca took a breath. Because one of the officers mentioned a 911 call. Said a dispatcher took it. Said it had important information. Then said the call was gone. Deleted. I looked you up. You were on duty last night. I'm betting you took that call. She was smart, and she was right. I can't discuss active calls. Rebecca's voice got urgent. Amanda Thornton is dying. Her daughter is at home with the man who put her in the hospital, and everyone with power is covering it up. If you have evidence, you need to use it. I wanted to trust her, but trust had gotten people killed. How do I know you're not working for them? Trying to find out if I have the recording? She laughed bitterly. You don't. But I'm a mandatory reporter. I see abuse, I report it. I tried to file a report about Amanda's injuries. My supervisor shut me down, said the police already investigated, called it an accident. I'm on my own here, just like you. She was right about that. What do you want from me? Rebecca's answer was immediate. I want justice. I want Amanda to get it. I want Chloe to be safe. I want the truth to matter. Do you have the recording? I made a decision. Yes. She exhaled. Relief. Thank God. We need to get it to someone who can use it. Someone outside the mayor's influence. I'd been thinking about this all night. The state attorney general. She's independent, ran on an anti-corruption platform. If anyone would touch this, it's her. Rebecca agreed. How do we get it to her? I had a plan forming. I have contacts, reporters I've worked with over the years, crime beat journalists. They'll know how to reach the AG's office, get the evidence into the right hands. Rebecca's voice carried warning. If you do this, they'll come after you. The mayor, the police chief, everyone who benefits from this being buried. Your life will never be the same. I'd already accepted that. I know. We arranged to meet. Neutral location. Coffee shop across town. 2 hours. I'd bring copies of the recording. She'd bring medical records. We'd build a case, get it to people who could act. I hung up, got dressed, made multiple copies of the audio file, USB drives, CDs, cloud backups. If they wanted to destroy evidence, they'd have to find it all. At 8:30 a.m., I was sitting in Joe's coffee house on the east side, watching the door. Rebecca walked in at 8:45, mid-40s, scrubs under a jacket, tired eyes. She spotted me, sat down. You're Marcus? I nodded. She pulled out a folder. Amanda Thornton's medical records, not the official ones. The original documentation before it was altered. Shows clear signs of assault, defensive wounds, strangulation marks, multiple impact sites. I looked through the photos. Bile rose in my throat. Amanda's face was destroyed. Bruises. Lacerations. This wasn't a fall. This was a beating. Rebecca pointed to one image. See these marks on her neck? Finger impressions. Someone choked her, hard, long enough to cause petechial hemorrhaging. I pulled out my phone, played the recording. Rebecca listened. Her expression went from shock to fury. When it finished, she was shaking. That monster. He beat his own daughter for calling for help. I stopped the recording. We need to get this to the AG's office, today, before they figure out I still have it. Rebecca pulled out her phone. I know someone, investigator in the AG's public corruption unit. Worked with her on a Medicare fraud case 2 years ago. She's solid. She made a call, spoke quietly, hung up. She'll meet us, 1 hour, her office downtown. We left separately. I drove my own car, kept checking mirrors for tails. Didn't see any. Yet. The AG's office was in a government building on 5th Street. We met in a small conference room. The investigator was named Laura Vance, late 30s, sharp suit, sharper eyes. She listened to the recording without interruption, reviewed the medical records. When she finished, she sat back. This is explosive. The mayor, the police chief, corruption, assault, evidence tampering. But it's also dangerous. Going after someone this powerful requires ironclad evidence. Everything by the book. I leaned forward. You have the recording, the medical records, a witness statement from me, from Rebecca. What else do you need? Laura's expression was grave. I need Chloe's testimony. I need Amanda to wake up and confirm what happened. Without that, a defense attorney will tear this apart. They'll say the child was confused. That you misheard. That the medical records are inconclusive. We need more, Rebecca protested. Amanda might not wake up. She's in critical condition. And Chloe is 8 years old, living with her abuser. How do we get her testimony without putting her in more danger? Laura thought. We get a warrant. Take Chloe into protective custody. Interview her with child psychologists present. Document everything. She pulled out her phone. I'll call a judge, someone I trust. We'll move fast. But fast wasn't fast enough. Laura's phone rang while she was dialing. She answered. Her expression changed. When? How bad? She hung up, looked at us. Amanda Thornton died 10 minutes ago. Cerebral hemorrhage. She never regained consciousness. The room went silent. Amanda was dead, murdered, and now we'd never have her testimony. Laura's jaw set. This just became a homicide investigation. I'm calling the judge now. We're getting that warrant. She made 3 calls, pulled strings, used words like urgent and child safety and murder. 20 minutes later, she had her warrant. Emergency protective custody for Chloe Thornton. Social services would execute it. Police escort for safety. Laura looked at me. I need you to stay available. You're a material witness. Don't go anywhere. Don't talk to anyone, and watch your back. When the mayor finds out about this warrant, things are going to get ugly. She left to coordinate the operation. Rebecca and I sat in the conference room. She looked shaken. I can't believe Amanda's dead. I thought maybe, if she woke up. I understood. Hope was easier than reality. My phone buzzed. Text from an unknown number. You made a mistake. Delete what you have while you still can. My blood went cold. They knew. Someone knew I'd kept the recording, knew I'd shared it. I showed Rebecca. Her face went pale. How did they find out? I didn't know, but someone in the AG's office might be compromised, or someone had been watching, following, listening. We need to leave, now. We left through a side exit. I walked Rebecca to her car. Be careful, change your routine, don't go home alone. She nodded, scared but determined. I drove to my apartment, third-floor walk-up, checked for signs of entry. Everything looked normal. Inside, I locked the deadbolt, drew the curtains, sat in the dark trying to think. My phone rang. Chief Grayson. I almost didn't answer, but not answering would be suspicious. Hello? Grayson's voice was ice. Marcus, we need to talk. Come to my office. Now. This was a trap. I'm off duty, Chief. Is this official business? He didn't pretend to be friendly. You disobeyed a direct order, lied to me, kept evidence you were told to destroy. That's official enough. So he knew. Someone had told him. I don't know what you're talking about. Grayson's laugh was sharp. Don't play games. I have people everywhere. The AG's office, hospitals, coffee shops. You think you're being clever? You're being stupid. Suicidal. My hand shook. Are you threatening me? His answer was blunt. I'm promising you. Come in now. Hand over every copy of that recording. Resign quietly. Leave town, or face consequences. I hung up. He'd just confirmed everything. The corruption, the cover-up, the threat, and he'd done it on a recorded line, my phone. I always kept call recording apps active. Habit from dispatch. I had him. Another piece of evidence. But evidence only mattered if I survived to use it. At 3:00 p.m., I got a call from Laura Vance. We have Chloe. She's safe. Social services took custody. The mayor tried to interfere. We had to threaten him with obstruction charges. Relief flooded through me. Is she okay? Laura's voice softened. She's terrified, but safe. We're arranging a forensic interview. Child psychologist. Video recorded. It'll take time. She's been traumatized, threatened. We have to be gentle. I understood. What about the mayor? Laura's tone hardened. He's lawyered up. High-powered defense attorney. Already claiming this is political persecution. That we're targeting him because of his position. Media's starting to pick up on it. We need to move carefully. She was right. The mayor had resources. Connections. Power. This wouldn't be simple. At 5:00 p.m., my apartment door shook. Heavy pounding. Police, open up! I looked through the peephole. 4 officers, full tactical gear. I opened the door slowly. The lead officer pushed past me. Marcus Lee, we have a warrant for your arrest. My world tilted. Arrest? For what? He pulled out handcuffs. Obstruction of justice, evidence tampering, theft of government property. Turn around. I complied, hands behind my back, cuffs clicking tight, cold metal. They searched my apartment, took my computer, my phone, every USB drive they could find. One officer held up my backup hard drive. Got it. They walked me out in cuffs, neighbors watching. My boss, Linda, was waiting in the parking lot. Her face was stricken. Marcus, what's happening? The lead officer answered for me. Your employee stole confidential 911 recordings, violated department policy. He's being charged. Linda's eyes went wide. That's insane. Marcus is the most honest person I know. The officer ignored her. They put me in a patrol car, drove me to the station, not the normal booking area, a back entrance, private room. Chief Grayson was waiting. He dismissed the officers. We were alone. He sat across from me. Last chance, Marcus. Tell me where the other copies are. Every location, every file, every person you sent them to. Do that, and these charges go away. You get your job back, your life back. I met his eyes. I want a lawyer. Grayson's expression didn't change. Lawyer won't help you. You committed crimes, documented crimes. We have evidence, witnesses. You're going to prison, unless you cooperate. I stayed silent. He leaned closer. You don't understand what you're up against. The mayor owns this city, owns judges, prosecutors, me. You're nobody, a dispatcher. You think anyone cares what happens to you? Still silent. Grayson stood. Fine. Enjoy your cell. You'll change your mind when you're looking at 10 years. They booked me. Fingerprints, mugshot, property inventory. Put me in a holding cell with 3 other men. One was withdrawing from drugs, shaking, vomiting. Another was asleep. The third watched me. You're the dispatcher. I heard guards talking. You pissed off the mayor. Word traveled fast. I didn't respond. The man continued. They're going to make an example of you. Break you. I've seen it before. People who cross the wrong people. They don't survive. Hours passed. I sat on the metal bench. Wondered if he was right. If I'd miscalculated. If standing up had been suicide instead of courage. At 11 p.m., a guard appeared. Lee, you made bail. I was confused. I didn't call anyone. The guard shrugged. Someone posted it. You're free to go. I walked out to the front desk. Laura Vance was waiting. I posted bail. You're coming with me. In her car, she explained. The charges are bogus. Political retaliation. We're filing a motion to dismiss. But in the meantime, you're a target. I'm putting you in protective custody, safe house, until this resolves. The safe house was a small apartment in a nondescript building across town. 2 federal marshals assigned for security. Laura handed me a burner phone. Use this. Your regular phone is compromised. They'll track everything. I sat in the safe house, ate takeout food, watched news coverage of the case. The mayor's attorney was everywhere, claiming persecution, political witch hunt, slandering a grieving widower. Public opinion was split. Some people believed the mayor. Some believed the accusations. The city was fracturing. On the 3rd day, Laura visited. Chloe gave her interview, video recorded. She described everything, the pushing, the beating, her father's threats. It's damning. Hope sparked. That's good, right? Laura's expression was cautious. It's strong, but she's 8. Defense will attack her credibility, say she was coached, manipulated. We need more. I felt frustration rising. We have the recording, medical records, Chloe's testimony. What else is there? Laura pulled out a folder. We need the mayor's DNA, under Amanda's fingernails. We have skin cells from her defensive wounds. If we can match them to the mayor, that's physical evidence, irrefutable. I understood. Can you get a warrant for his DNA? Laura shook her head. Judge denied it, said we don't have probable cause. The mayor's attorney argued everything we have is circumstantial. Hearsay. That DNA collection would be invasive and unjustified. The system was protecting him. Again. So what now? Laura's eyes hardened. We keep building the case. Keep the pressure on. Eventually, something will break. But I wasn't sure I believed that anymore. Days became a week. I sat in the safe house. Couldn't work. Couldn't go home. Couldn't live normally. My job was suspended pending investigation. My reputation destroyed. Media called me everything from hero to criminal depending on the outlet. On day 9, Rebecca called the burner phone. Marcus, I found something. Amanda had a safety deposit box. Her sister gave me the key. I opened it yesterday. My pulse quickened. What was in it? Rebecca's voice shook. Journals. Years of them. Documenting abuse, photographs of injuries, a flash drive with videos. Amanda had been recording the mayor's violence for 3 years, hiding evidence, building a case. This was it. The breakthrough. Where are the journals now? Rebecca hesitated. That's the problem. Someone broke into my apartment last night. Took them. The flash drive. Everything. My hope crashed. How did they know? Rebecca's voice dropped. I told my supervisor at the hospital. Thought I should document finding them. She must have told someone. Now it's gone. Everything we found, they took. Every piece of evidence, they destroyed or discredited. We were fighting a machine. Laura called an hour later. I heard about the journals. This isn't working. They're always one step ahead. We need a different approach. I was out of ideas. What approach? Laura's voice was calculating. We go public. Full media blitz. Release the 911 recording to every news outlet. Let the court of public opinion force action. It was risky. That could taint the jury pool, give the defense ammunition for mistrial. Laura's response was blunt. What jury? We can't even get charges filed. The DA's office is stalling, claiming insufficient evidence. If we don't force this into the open, it'll be buried forever. She was right. Playing by rules written by the corrupt was losing strategy. Do it. Laura released the recording at 3:00 p.m. on a Friday, sent it to every major news network, newspapers, online outlets, podcasts. By 6:00 p.m., it was everywhere. The audio of Chloe whispering, the mayor beating her, threatening her, admitting everything. Public reaction was immediate and visceral. Outrage, protests, calls for the mayor's resignation. By 8:00 p.m., a crowd had gathered outside City Hall, thousands of people, chanting, demanding justice. The mayor's attorney held a press conference, called the recording a deepfake, said technology could fabricate anything, that the audio was edited, manipulated, a political hit job. But forensic analysts examined the file, confirmed it was authentic, unedited, real. The pressure became unbearable. By Monday, 3 city council members called for the mayor's resignation. Business leaders withdrew support. Donors demanded investigations. On Wednesday, the state attorney general herself announced charges. Murder in the first degree. Child abuse, evidence tampering, obstruction of justice. The mayor was arrested at his home, cameras everywhere, perp walk, handcuffs. The man who'd wielded so much power reduced to a criminal in custody. Chief Grayson was arrested the same day. Obstruction, conspiracy, abuse of authority. The charges against me were dropped, dismissed with prejudice. The DA apologized, called it an unfortunate misunderstanding. I didn't accept the apology. There was no misunderstanding. It was calculated retaliation. But at least I was free. The trial took 8 months to prepare. The mayor's defense team filed every motion imaginable. Change of venue, dismiss charges, suppress evidence, all denied. The trial itself lasted 6 weeks, Chloe testified, 8 years old, sitting in front of a courtroom full of strangers. Describing the worst night of her life, describing years of abuse. She was brave, stronger than any child should have to be. The jury deliberated for 11 hours, came back with a verdict. Guilty on all counts. Sentencing was harsh. Life without parole for murder. 20 years for child abuse, consecutive sentences. The mayor would die in prison. Chief Grayson got 30 years. His cooperation didn't help. The system he'd corrupted didn't show him mercy. I watched the sentencing from the gallery. Felt nothing. No satisfaction, no relief, just emptiness. Justice had been served. But it didn't undo anything. Amanda was still dead. Chloe was still traumatized. My life was still destroyed. I tried to go back to work. Dispatch welcomed me back. Linda hugged me, called me a hero. I sat at my station, put on the headset, waited for a call. The first one came at 9:15 a.m., standard medical emergency, woman having chest pains. I tried to take the information, tried to stay calm, tried to do the job I'd done for 9 years, but I couldn't. My hands shook, my voice cracked. The woman's panic triggered something in me. I heard Chloe whispering, heard the mayor threatening, heard Amanda dying. I ripped off the headset, ran to the bathroom, vomited, had a full panic attack. Linda found me on the floor. "Marcus, it's okay. You're safe." But I wasn't okay. Wasn't safe. Would never be either again. I resigned that day. Couldn't do it anymore. Couldn't answer phones. Couldn't hear people in crisis. Couldn't separate their emergencies from that night. The job I loved. The career I'd built. Gone. Destroyed by doing the right thing. I moved to a different city. Started over. Got a job doing data entry. Quiet. Isolated. No phones. No emergencies. No crisis. Rebecca stayed in touch. She'd been fired from the hospital. Whistleblower retaliation. She sued. Won a settlement. Used the money to start a nonprofit. Helping abuse victims. Connecting them with resources. She asked me to volunteer. I couldn't. Couldn't be around it. Couldn't hear the stories without reliving my own. Chloe went to live with her aunt, Amanda's sister. Therapy, school, trying to rebuild a childhood that had been shattered. I got updates occasionally. She was doing better. Not great, but better. Healing is slow when the wounds are that deep. 3 years after the trial, I still wake up from nightmares. Hear Chloe's voice. Hear her father beating her. Hear Amanda dying. hear myself being unable to save them fast enough. Therapist says I have PTSD, complex trauma, moral injury from watching systems fail, from being punished for doing what was right. Says recovery takes time. I'm not sure I believe in recovery anymore. Some things break you in ways that don't heal. You just learn to live broken. The mayor's appeal was denied. He'll die in prison. That's something. Chief Grayson had a heart attack in prison, died at 61. Some people called it karma. I called it too easy. He deserved to suffer longer. Rebecca's nonprofit grew, helped hundreds of victims, saved lives. She sent me a card every year on the anniversary, thanking me, calling me brave. I don't feel brave. I feel ruined. 4 years later, I'm still in the new city, still doing data entry, still avoiding phones, still jumping at sudden sounds, still checking over my shoulder. Some nights I think about calling dispatch, talking to someone, telling them I can't do this anymore, that the cost was too high, that I should have just deleted the recording, should have followed orders, should have stayed safe. But then I think about Chloe, about the life she would have lived if I had, about the justice Amanda never would have gotten, about the power the mayor would still be wielding, and I know I made the right choice, even if it destroyed me, even if I'll never be whole again. The right choice isn't always the one you survive intact. Sometimes it's the one where you sacrifice yourself so others don't have to. I answered that call from the mayor's house, heard a child begging for help, and I couldn't walk away, couldn't delete the evidence, couldn't let them bury the truth. So I fought, lost everything, won justice. And now I live with the aftermath. Every day, every sleepless night, every moment I hear a phone ring and feel panic rising. I can't answer phones anymore, can't do the job I loved, can't be the person I was, but I can live knowing I did what mattered when it mattered most. That has to be enough. 5 years later, I'm still here, still breathing, still broken, still carrying the weight of that night. And somewhere, Chloe's still breathing too, still healing, still alive because I answered her call. That's justice, messy, painful, costly, but real. Thanks for watching till the end. Make sure to subscribe and like to not miss the next story.